It is time for Nintendo Splatoon talk. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Before we get into it, here's the deal. Monday, Friday, every single day between, we do a video 5-10 minutes long where I grab the top news stories of the day and then I talk about them. I talk about what's happening with it, what my opinions are on it. That's pretty much how it is. So
let's go.
So today we had our first look, in-depth look, I would say, at Splatoon 2. Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct that was Splatoon oriented, the whole thing. I just want to kind of go over as much as I possibly can my thoughts on those things and what I think it means for the game. I was a huge fan of Splatoon 1, like massive fan. So much so, we had a podcast called the Ink Strike Podcast. That said, let's jump into this. So it's been 2 years since Splatoon 1. That seems like forever, and really isn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty quick turnaround for Nintendo, for any game manufacturer. I mean, but when you think about it, like Madden and all them, they do yearly releases. I don't think this is something that's going to happen with Nintendo. I think that they saw the overwhelming success of Splatoon 1. They thought, if the Switch is going to be successful, we need to have Splatoon 2 on here. I think a lot of people originally thought, we're just going to get Splatoon Deluxe. I think after watching today, you're seeing that this is definitely not the same game. The theory, the idea, yes, it's all the same, but I think they've added enough stuff to it to make you feel like, okay, this is warranted. I'm getting some good stuff out of this. Deeper customization. So that's something that was huge in the first one. I would always see people just changing up their looks and their styles. This one takes it a step further. So yes, you get to change all your gear as you typically did, like your shirts, your shoes, but this one also allows you to change your hairstyles, which is kind of nice, unique flair, allows you to do some things. I'm wondering if you can buy new hairstyles, if hairstyles will be, locked behind things like that. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool to see. They've made some tweaks to some weapons. So we're looking at now the fact that, like, before you had the chargers, right? And they're more like sniper rifles. So you would charge up, you would shoot, but you only had a limited time for that charge. Now you can charge up and you can actually swim. Before, if you didn't shoot, if you started to like swim, you would lose the charge. Now you can actually swim, get out of harm's way, and take a shot. It's kind of cool. I like it a lot. Some new weapons. They're talking about a Clash Blaster, a Flingza Roller, Gootuber, Doppel Dullies. So they got all these cool new weapons, and it's not really weapons that are new. It's more of like when they take and they modify the weapons to do more and do different things and some cool things. These things, when you get these weapons, they're going to actually allow you to do some stuff that the original versions don't allow for, which is always just amazing. The one thing that I hope that I didn't see was some weapons from Splatoon 1. I hope that they dive deeper into that and we start to see ourselves getting like the end zapper, the arrow spray. Like, the arrow spray was my favorite weapon. I would be really upset if that doesn't come back at all. But there is some good weapons here that I can use for now, for the time being. I guess we'll see how that all works out. Game modes. So they have the standbys. They have Turf Wars, obviously. Ranked Battle, which is going to include Tower Control, Splat Zone, and Rainmaker. The difference here, which is kind of cool, is in ranked mode, it was always based upon your scores that you put up, you know what I mean? And it would ultimately be like, if you're playing Rainmaker, those scores would just add to what you're doing in Tower Control. So ultimately, if you were bad at Tower Control but great at Rainmaker, you could make advancements on Rainmaker, but if you didn't play Tower Control, you really didn't have to worry about losing points, or you could lose points in it and vice versa. Now you're getting scores across the board. So you're getting a score for your Tower Control play, your Splat Zone play, your Rainmaker play. So you'll have different rankings. So the idea now will be to try to become like the top rank is for this in this version of the game. You'll actually have to score that on this. You'll have to do it in 3 rather than 1 overall, grand overall, which is kind of interesting. League Battles has me really excited. This is basically where you grab you either grab a friend, couple friends, and then you just go do battles. It's a 2-hour process, and at the end, you know, you'll have like, you'll earn points and you'll earn medals based upon where your team, how many matches you win, how many you lose, all that stuff. So it's kind of cool. I kind of like how that's going. Salmon Run. So this was the big one. This is kind of like a raid system where you and 3 other buddies, you just jump in and you start attacking something. Like either you're doing collectathons or you're doing like horde modes where these hordes and waves of enemies are coming at you. You're killing them. The difference is with this one, it seems like it's going to be like not every single day. It seemed like it was going to be like you would get a 24-hour period in theory for a certain day. I'm not sure that I'm a fan of that yet. I guess we'll see how it all works out, but it's kind of interesting. It's definitely kind of interesting. Splatnet. Splatnet is what a lot of people have been waiting to hear about. This is the online functionality. They're calling it the Nintendo Switch Online. It is basically your phone app. Some cool things with it. It's going to allow you to analyze performance in matches and rankings. It'll allow you to set up matches with friends, coordinate that voice chat with your friends so you can get on, you can actually, talk to each other. The cool thing is it coordinates based upon your team. So you can talk to your team members, which is good. You don't want to, you don't be telling the enemy like, hey, look, there's Joey over there in the corner, go get him, That's not what you want them to hear. So it's going to coordinate based upon that. So it sounds like it's almost like a fly by the seat of your pants thing where you just click and you can change throughout. Kind of interesting. I want to see how more of that works. This is kind of cool. You can order merchandise from the phone and then go in world and pick it up from the stores. Kind of like Best Buy. When you order stuff online at Best Buy, you do in-store pickup, and then you go there a couple hours later, you pick the items up. This is kind of the same. If you're not able to get in the game at that moment and you just want to go, hey, what's available today? You click them, you buy them, they hold them, you go in world, you pick them up. Kind of neat. The Shoal. So the Shoal is basically, the way it's looking, is it allows you, it's a meeting place. It's a hub, for lack of a better term, where you guys meet up and you can do your LAN parties. So if you have 8 people that want to play together, you can go in there, you can set up your games, and you can play. You can do it where it's online, so I think you can grab like a couple people where you're playing LAN and play against people that aren't able to be there online. That's not really, they didn't go into too much detail, but I'm just assuming that, but that seems kind of cool. We're going to wrap it up here with Splatfest. So Splatfest are coming back, and I think the one thing that I think they learned from Splatoon 1 is you now have the ability to play with friends in Splatfests. It used to be so boring in Splatfest because you would sit there and it was like you were on a desert island all by yourself. You just played by yourself. You got randomly matched with different people, and that was basically it. This time around, though, you actually can team up with your friends, which is fun and cool because then it's more or less like, you can coordinate with your friends and you can be like, hey, I'm going to play. You want to jump on? You can do the voice chat, make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. It's kind of cool. The first Splatfest, this is interesting, is July 15th, which is a week prior to the game actually launching. It's going to be from 3 to 7 p.m. That's kind of neat. It's basically a free demo for everybody the first week before the game comes out. That is pretty awesome. I'm excited about that because it's like what I said on Monday when I announced that we were going to be having this thing is we're basically getting a global test fire, but this is a little bit better because it's a longer spurt. It's giving people the opportunity to jump in and out at their times that they want to. So I'm kind of interested with that. So that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below, what's your thoughts on Splatoon 2? Are you happy about what you heard today? What didn't they talk about that you wish you would have heard about? Is there anything that you are hyped about that you heard about and you're like, man, I am so through the roof with this? Let me know, comments below. If you liked the video, click like, share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. See me later.